Adventist World Radio, the voice of hope. Glad you could join me on this brand new edition of New Life program, and hopefully we will enjoy each other's company. I am your host, Chileno Diambo. In today's show, we'll be advising you, our dear listener, on money solution. The topic on money solution will be shared unto us by our sister Susan Apondi. Later on, Pastor Kigundu will then join us with the topic on an incredible partnership in the stewardship series during the Bible segment. Stick to Adventist World Radio, the voice of hope.
Let us sing a song that will cheer us by the way. In a little while we're going home. For the night will end in the everlasting day. In a little while we're going home. In a little while, in a little while, we shall cross the billows home. We shall meet at last when the stormy winds are past. In a little while we're going home. There's a rest beyond, there's relief from every care. In a little while we're going home, and no tears shall fall in that city bright and fair. In a little while we're going home. In a little while, in a little while, we shall cross the billows home. We shall meet at last when the stormy winds are past. In a little while we're going home.
Without money, one is usually faced with different kinds of challenges because he or she is not able to buy some of the necessary basic needs. Most of the families do experience challenges when they do not have money. We now give way to Emmanuel Sunday as he shares with us about money solution.
Are you one of the victims of whose mind dwell on how to budget and spend money? Today I have developed for you few tips on how to get your financial freedom. Welcome to our edition of Family Program. You are tuned to Adventist World Radio, the voice of hope. I am your host, Susan Apondi. Keep tuned. Did you know that the way you think and feel about money is key in determining how much of it you will ultimately have? According to Susie Orman's philosophy, if you resist consumer urges, avoid debt, and save your pennies, someday you will be rich. Well, my dear listener, let's have a look at steps to help you sort out your financial axis. You should see how your past holds the key to your financial future. Step back to the earliest moment when you can recall what money meant for you. Was it treats? Fights between parents? Not getting the present today? Take a paper and write your feelings about money. Today can almost certainly be traced to an incident from your past. I will give you a guideline on how to go about it. The second step, face your fears and create new truth. Also write your fears down and compare them. You will find a connection somewhere emerging with your past. I know it's easier to talk about health problems or painful relationships than it is to talk about money problems. So create new truth that will give you a way out. My dear listener, are you always honest with yourself? Please try to be honest with yourself. Let us have a look at budgeting. It's tedious. Most of you don't know what it costs us to live. You undergaze your expenditure, and gap of your self-deception leads to financial chaos. So try do a budget including what you spend daily. See what you earn and act on the gaps. Remember, you should be saving for the future. I know it's the hardest part of it, but it will save you a lot. My dear listener, be responsible to those whom you love. Make a will. Get the medical and the insurances that you need. This is to cover your bases on life's man like, what if this and that happens? Be respectful of yourself about your own money. Do you know that you respond to energy the same way your body does? It's drawn to those who welcome it with respect. Going out to eat when you really don't want to, because you don't feel like shopping and cooking, are signs of disrespect to money. They make your wallet look pitiful over a time. Dear listener, do you trust yourself? If so, try by learning what kind of investments you are comfortable with and find a good financial advisor and accept the fact that you will make some mistakes because there is no one who is perfect. Then you can listen to your gut in decision making. That is from buying a house to selling shares. You also need to be open to receive all that you are meant to have by choosing your charities well. My dear listener, you need to understand your flow of money cycle. Don't panic when your cycle is down phase. And don't become careless when it comes to the top. Try and take the long view. As we almost end this program, recognize true wealth. Try and recognize that true financial freedom lies in defining yourself by who and what you are, not by what you do and do not have. Try and walk around your home and imagine it's a store. And imagine putting a price tag on every item on it based on what they would be worth today. There's likely to be a whole lot that is priceless. That is your wealth. My dear listener, we come to the end of our program today. Thank you very much for tuning in to the Adventist World Radio, the voice of hope. Till next time, keep listening.
Thank you for staying tuned. In case you are just joining us, this is Adventist World Radio, the voice of hope. I am your presenter, Tileno Diambo. Send us your views, comments, and suggestions about this program by writing to the producer, Adventist World Radio, P.O. Box 42276, code 00100, Nairobi, Kenya. Our email address is awrnairobi@eau.adventist.org.
Our Father in heaven is the source of life. Our Father in heaven is the source of life, the source of wisdom, the source of wisdom and of joy. The sunshine and the rain that gladdened and refreshed the earth, that gladdened and refreshed the hills and seas and plains. Oh, speak to us of the Creator's love. Oh, speak to us of the Creator's love. God is love, God is love, God is love, God is The delicately tinted flowers in their perfection perfuming the air. The lofty trees of the forest with their rich foliage of living green, all testify to the tender fatherly care of our God. God is love. God is love. God is love. God is love. God is love.
Hope you have enjoyed that music courtesy of Adventist World Radio, the voice of hope. I'm your host, Tileno Diambu. We now invite the man of God, Pastor Kigundu, to deliver unto us the ministry about an incredible partnership in the Stewardship series. Be blessed.
Dear listener, I want to welcome you to our Stewardship series. Today we are looking at stewardship as an incredible partnership. Most of us know the theory that stewardship is more than tithes and offerings. That stewardship is more than managing money. When we stop to think about it, we recognize that God really is owner of everything we claim as ours. We struggle applying this to our daily life, don't we? But at least we acknowledge the concept. We talk about working for God and managing His resources. But as stewards, we are more than God's employees. Let me remind you, we are more than God's employees. We are partners with God. See, there are different types of partnership. Normally, you see, partners are two equals who bring something of value to the relationship. In some cases, one partner is the investor with the money, and the other partner is the expert with the knowledge. Sometimes partnership is a reward for a special service or superior performance. Our partnership with God, however, is quite different. After all, what can we bring to this partnership? God is owner of all. He gives us abilities and talents. He provides all the resources. He gives us our very life. We really don't bring anything of our own to this relationship with God. We merely choose to accept the privilege of partnering with Him. And God will not force us into this incredible relationship. God's partnership with Noah provided a means to save the human race. When God chose Moses, Israel marched out of Egypt. When God inspired Daniel, prophecy revealed the future of God's people. But the ultimate partnership was in incarnation, when God and man became one. This is a powerful model of how God works with us in a unique partnership. Jesus modeled an interdependence with God. Throughout the Gospel of John, we find repeated references to this partnership. The Father loves the Son and has placed everything in His hands. That is John 3 verse 35 or John 10 verse 30, where Jesus said, I and the Father are one. These and many other passages reveal the intimacy between the Father and the Son. They are models of what God desires for us. The Gospel of John provides a foundation for understanding the depths of our potential intimacy with God. Speaking of the coming of the Holy Spirit, Jesus said, one day you will realize that I am in the Father, and you are in me, and I am in you. That is found in John 14 verse 20. In John 15, for example, the vine provides a vivid metaphor of this partnership. I am the vine, you are the branches. If a man remains in me and I in him, he will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. That's found in John 15 verse 5. And Jesus closes his prayer to his Father with the words that all may be one, Father, just as you are in me and I in you. May they also be in us, so that the world may believe that you have sent me. That is John 17 verse 21. You see, we are talking about the incredible partnership. See, our partnership with God is a productive partnership. Paul states in Ephesians 2 verse 10, "For we are God's workmanship, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do." In Philippians 2 verse 13, Paul declares that it is God who works in you to will and act according to his good purpose. In addition, God takes us who have been slaves to sin, according to Romans chapter 6, and he lifts us to a position of friends. That is John 15, verse 13 to 15. This friendship with God includes being seated with Christ on his throne in heavenly places, as found in Revelation 3, verse 21 and Ephesians 2, verse 7. So this partnership, my dear friend, includes identity. We are part of God's family. That is incredible. And you and I are his friends. It includes position. He places us at his side. It includes power, all we need to do his will. Philippians 4 verse 19, 2 Peter 1 verse 3 to 4. And it produces fruit or results. Ephesians 2 verse 10, John 15 verse 5. So, what is our role in this partnership? First, my dear friend, we must be willing to accept it as a gift. We can't earn it, and God does not give it to us because of our ability. Instead, it is an incredible act of God's grace which makes it possible. This is why this partnership is so humbling to us. We would rather think of God needing to reward our performance than to accept it as a gift, unfortunately. Secondly, my dear listener, we must realize that this gift goes far beyond the human partnership. It becomes a union, a blending of the divine within the human. We become partakers of his divine nature. 2 Peter 1 verse 4. We do not become divine. We need to be very clear about that. We do not become divine, but God dwells within us. We do not lose our identity. Instead, we discover our true identity. We discover who God created us to be in the first place. God created Adam in his own image to reflect his image. In an incredible act of intimacy, God shaped him with his own hands. Then God gave him dominion over the world he had just created. Thus, God began a unique partnership with man. When sin destroyed this partnership, God restored our union with him through the life and death of Jesus Christ and through the ministry of the Holy Spirit that makes the presence of Christ in our hearts a living reality. You find that one in Ephesians 3 verse 16 to 19. Christ dwelling within the human heart provides a new union, a new image, a new intimacy, and this partnership produces powerful results. All true obedience comes from the heart. It was heart work with Christ, and if we consent, he'll so identify himself with our thoughts and aims, so blend our hearts and minds into conformity with his will, that when obeying him, we shall be but carrying out our own impulses. The will, refined and sanctified, will find its highest delight in doing his service. When we know God as it is our privilege to know him, our life will be a life of continual obedience. Through an appreciation of the character of Christ, through communion with God, sin will become hateful to us. Dear listener, the third step is to step forward in faith, exercising the partnership he has given us. We make choices, and as we walk with God, his Spirit guides and empowers our choice. We act in a partnership that goes far beyond our very best imagination. We do not work for Him. No. But rather in intimate union with Him, we develop a very close, intimate relationship with Him. No human partnership, my friend, can compare with this. No human partnership can illustrate this incredible partnership with God. The very God of the universe calls us to return to Him, to the relationship for which we were created. Then every part of life becomes an exciting adventure of walking with God, applying partnership with Him to each moment and each action. What an incredible partnership.
You have come to the end of today's New Life program. It has been a pleasure having your company. Stay tuned to Adventist World Radio for other greater items coming your way. Remember to send us your views, comments, and suggestions regarding this program. Do so by writing to the producer, Adventist World Radio, P.O. Box 42276, code 00100, Nairobi, Kenya. Our email address is awrnairobi@eau.adventist.org. From me, Tilen Odhiambo, and on behalf of the New Life production team, we wish you a blessed week.
Let us sing a song that will cheer us by the way. In a little while we're going home. For the night will end in the everlasting day. In a little while we're going home. In a little while, in a little while, we shall cross the billows foam. We shall meet at last when the stormy winds are past. In a little while we're going home. There's a rest beyond, there's relief from every care. In a little while we're going home, and no tears shall fall in that city bright and fair. In a little while we're going home. In a little while, in a little while, we shall cross the billows foam. We shall meet at last when the stormy winds are past. In a little while we're going home. Somebody's knocking at your door. 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 Knocking at your door. Somebody's knocking at your door. Knocking at your door. Oh, sinner, why don't you answer? Somebody's knocking at your door. Knocks like Jesus, somebody's knocking at your door. Knocks like Jesus, somebody's knocking at your door. Somebody's knocking at your door. Oh, sinner, why don't you answer? Somebody's knocking at your door. Can't you hear him? Somebody's knocking at your door. Can't Answer Jesus, somebody's knocking at your door. Answer Jesus, somebody's knocking at your door. Oh, sinner, why don't you answer? Somebody's knocking at your door. 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 Sins away. Oh Lord, I want two wings to veil my face. Oh Lord, I want two wings to fan my brow. Oh Lord, I want two wings to fly away, so the devil won't do me no harm. Will he come as a shadow? To take his children away.